Hi, everybody. This is Rosalyn with Community of Unity. It's my distinct pleasure today to have with us Miss Rocio Perez. She's going to tell us about her wonderful world, and I'll give you a brief bio, but let's say hi, Rocio. How you doing, Rocio?
I am fantastic. How are you, Rosalind? Such a pleasure to be here with you today.
Oh, it's truly an honor. So let me go ahead and give the audience just a little background of who you are and what's so great and special about you. So Rocio is It's All Possible for One. Is it possible for all? She's an international best-selling author, keynote speaker, leadership trainer, and creator. Rosia is an unapologetic optimist and sought-after speaker of truth who has more than 20 years of experience providing powerful insights that have helped to transform leaders around the world. She's delivered thousands of inspiring and life-changing leadership trainings, keynotes, and presentations from Switzerland to San Francisco. Rocio recently created the Mindshift game to help people take more courageous, consistent actions, build their confidence, expand their vision, step into their power, and elevate their energy. She developed the Unstoppable 7 Steps to Becoming a More Intentional Leader coaching program and wrote an international best-selling book to support individuals in creating and living a life they love and desire. Rocio inspires individuals to own their personal leadership journey as they discover and apply their hidden talents. She's helped coach over 50,000 individuals. Success isn't a result of spontaneous combustion. You must set yourself on fire by Arnold Glasnow. Wow, that is powerful. So we are really excited to have you with us. Was that good? Do you like that?
That was amazing. You should go with me everywhere.
Oh, there you go. Okay, well, you can just pack me in your bag and say, I'd love to have Rosalyn Kahn introduce me. So here we got it.
Here we've got it. She's amazing.
She's amazing. So tell us, what are 3 things that have helped to shape you?
I think one of the greatest things, Rosalind, from a very young age is that people did not help me. That helped shape me. It's an awkward way of thinking of looking at things. When I was a little girl, I'd run around with my tattered books and I would speak with anyone that would listen about me becoming a teacher. And it was people not listening, people not paying attention. That was one of the ways that it did because it really ingrained in me that I had to go after what I desired. And it wasn't up to anyone to make it happen. I had to make it happen for myself. The next thing was that I daydreamed my way to success. I was able to see myself in a future that I didn't live. And I knew that the future that would be mine would not be nowhere near what I lived in that moment. And then finally, just taking persistent actions that I was the one who had to take the actions. I had to believe in myself and make those steps. So nobody had to do it for me.
Those are powerful lessons of taking from your youth of what's missing and just opening up your eyes and making it happen. That's really a powerful story. I really like that. Let's go on to the next question here. What is your superpower?
Wow. I'd say my superpower is vision, being able to see the future before the future was even here. That is a major superpower. That got me through the most difficult moments of my life. And I lived a lot of adversity starting from the age of 3 on. I ran away from home at 12. I was
Mm.
pregnant at 14. I was in a car accident that almost left me in a wheelchair at the age of 25. At 29, I had cancer. And again at 34, really being able to see myself in a future beyond those particular situations is what my superpower is. Of any situation, being able to do that.
Wow, that's incredible. You've certainly overcome a lot of adversity. And, I want to go back to something you said. When you were young, you had this power to envision things. How old were you when that first happened? And what was that world that you looked out to that you saw that
I
has
would,
become a reality today?
yes, to be a teacher. At the age of 5 years old, I remember seeing the teacher on TV and her talking with the little children and me seeing myself that someday that I would become that teacher. And I did. I just didn't see it. And it wasn't until one day I was in my teens, I was still in my teens, and I remember presenting. And every time I look back, I was like, wow, I've already made that impact. It's already there. As a matter of fact, with my book, 7 Steps to Becoming a More Intentional Leader, Unstoppable, I remember one day I had written it down. I said, hey, I want to create this. And as I was driving down the road, I glanced over and I said, I've already created it. It's there. I have created a program that has helped people all over the world. Getting back to that question, it's been that. It's been becoming that teacher, becoming that force of nature, becoming that person that touches, moves, inspires, who speaks from the heart and helps people see what's possible for them.
That's great. That's great. That is really wonderful. That's really wonderful. I want to go back to one question that I missed before, and it asked you about how did you make it through those? You had a lot of difficulty. I don't know if we compared all of our lives or we did the world's worst of life experiences. How did you make it through those difficult times?
Mm. It
You
was
know,
a lot of
running away from home, getting in that accident, getting pregnant, and the all those things combined. I mean, it could set a lot of people back for quite a while.
and quite frankly, most of the time it would probably be very few people that make it out of that, because it is a journey on that. How did I make it through affirmation? I would talk with myself and say, Rocio, you've got this, you can do this, keep moving forward. And it was among even a lot of naysayers. Even my own mother said, you can never make it, you're never going to make it, you are destined for failure. That's what I heard from a very young age. And I didn't believe him, Rosalind. I said, okay, I know I've got this. I've got this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And it was through that I'm going to do it that got me through. I gave you a very high level. Let's be honest. I divorced my parents at the age of 15 to make it into university. And when I did make it to university, I'd go to bed at midnight, get up at 3 a.m., pack lunches, carry a 2-year-old in the snow with a backpack, diaper bag. That trip just to make it to school was almost 4 hours in the morning and almost 4 hours in the evening. When you're looking at that, you have to have that grit. You have to have that power, that self-talk, something that inspires you, because there's nobody there to inspire. Nobody was there to inspire me. Nobody was knocking on the door and saying, hey, Rocio, you're going to do it. As a matter of fact, I would say 99% of the people in my life said, you're never going to make it.
And so, what do those people say when they look at where you are right now?
I'd say most of them are very, very shocked. And as a matter of fact, the very people who ostracized me and told me that I wouldn't make it, I'm the one who coaches and mentors them now.
It's beautiful. It's just like, coming back around. It's I have this funny story of growing up with scoliosis and being the outsider, going back to my high school and giving that speech and saying, "You know what it's like to be in your shoes, to be the one no one talks to be the one that's doesn't have anyone to eat lunch to, and you can make it." I mean, I wouldn't be here today if I hadn't done the things I've done, and so that's certainly some great words of wisdom to people who are having struggles out there. Um, what makes a person unstoppable?
I would say taking those principles right there through affirmation, visualization, constant positive self talk. To me, the belief that you can do it, that's what makes a person unstoppable. That's what made me unstoppable. That's what has helped so many people that I've worked with, where they can see their potential and see, hey, if they can see their future, they can live in their future. If you
That's
can
great.
believe in who you are and what you do and believe that it's destined for you, nobody's going to come and take that away from you. The moment that you give up on yourself is the moment that failure strikes.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I was on a talk yesterday with a group of people who are realtors, and I was thinking before going on the call, do I really need to join this call? I mean, what benefit has it gotten me? And I'm in a group called GSFE, and they said it's all about showing up. And I got there, and he said it's all about mindset. You got to think about what you're listening to. You got to think about what you're reading. You got to think about what you're spending your time on, and there's always a higher purpose that's guiding us to the things that show up in front of us. And I think it was destined that the two of us got here together to talk today. And what does it take to be unstoppable?
What it takes to be unstoppable, being willing to do whatever it takes. And that's to do things, to wake up in the morning, even though you're tired, to continue moving forward when you think it's impossible, to take those next steps. That's what it takes to be unstoppable, to leaving no stone unturned. It's not about curiosity. A lot of people are curious about things and then squirrel moments, and here and there they take a peek. And then sometimes they're interested and they look at things and they'll start going on a journey, and then life happens. Being unstoppable means that you're committed day in, day out, whether it rains or shine, whether you have money or whether you don't have money, whether you don't even know how you're going to make it to the next conference because you have no money and no way of getting there. It means working at organizations, nonprofits, taking a second, third, fourth job, whatever it takes in order for you to have what you desire, to bring that dream to fruition. That's what it takes to me to be unstoppable, to leverage our resources, to create our own roadmap. Nobody's here, nobody's knocking on my door. I don't know about you, Rosalyn. Nobody's ever knocked on my door and said, Rocio, how can I help you support your dreams right here? I'm here to help you. It's been more like, hey, I'm the one knocking on people's doors and saying, what can I do to serve you? And in the process, the universe serves us. Universe helps those who help themselves.
That's the beauty there. They say the biggest way to help yourself is by the number of people that you go ahead and help and serve in other ways. And they come back and say, oh my gosh, that is so wonderful. What can I do for you in return? So it seems like you got the double blessing on that one. Congratulations. Woohoo, woohoo. Um, what is the most difficult thing that one must overcome in order to achieve greatness that maybe is different than what you've said before? I'm sure you've got a special answer here for me.
Most definitely. We must overcome the idea that our conversation's real in our head because that conversation's so limiting. We have anywhere from 60,000 thoughts to 80,000 thoughts a day. And those thoughts are the same thoughts that we had yesterday. As a matter of fact, 80+% of those thoughts are the same ones that we had yesterday. Not only that, they're the same ones that great grandmother, even great grandmother, mother, father, teacher, preacher, call it what you will, have had on an ongoing basis. When we can control our minds, when we control that conversation inside of ourselves, then the world starts to change. The moment that we start to change our thoughts, we change our feelings, we change our beliefs, we change our actions. Everything has a ripple effect to where we're at today. Start to shift who you are, and that's what it is.
That's so powerful. They talk about, beginning your day with gratitude. And if you begin your day with gratitude, you can certainly change the outcome of what it is. I remember there was a book I read. I can't remember the title of it, but the conversation was the naysayer and the positive person. And there's two voices inside your head, and you've got to tell the naysayer, I'm not listening to you today. I'm going to go out and do this because I'm going to do it, and I'm going to go ahead and listen to you. It's kind of talking about the same things that you're going ahead and referring to.
Most definitely. And we're our worst critic. As a matter of fact, here's one of the things that I've learned. Somebody can hurt you once, Rosalyn, and we continue to hurt ourselves. Like, who's the one hurting us over and over again by thinking the thoughts that we were thinking? That person hurt me. Well, guess what? It's been 50 years. Can you let it go? Can you let it go in order to live? Because in some cases, and people are dead, and we're still complaining about the very people that are dead. It's like, okay, how about we shift our thoughts, shift our ideas, shift our mind into what we want to create and start putting that energy of possibility, probability, and everything along with it to say, you know what, this is possible. I've got this. How else do I create the life that I love and desire of what I know I deserve? Nobody's going to come and land it and give it to you.
Yep, that's exactly right on. I tell my students in my class when I'm teaching about that fear of public speaking and all the problems that we have in the world. And I say, well, when we come into Professor Kahn's class, you have a backpack, and this is a backpack of all the world's problems that are with you. And as you come to class, take them off, leave them outside, and you can pick them up when you leave. Because when you're here, you got to be completely, entirely, totally present. That is how we're going to master that fear. And that is so much of what it is that you're going ahead and saying. You know.
And that is exactly it.
And so, how is it that you support others from the
Well,
highways to the byways and in between?
and everywhere in between, right? I support others by a number of things. One, through our books, through Unstoppable 7 Steps to Becoming a More Intentional Leader. We support them through the Mind Shift game, and that's the game that makes you a winner into that. So to look at helping people to take courageous action. That is one way that we help them to see their magic. When we came into this world, we came here with infinite possibilities. We can become and do and be anything, above anything in this universe, and yet we let it go. Why? I don't know. Around the age of 2, we go, to the grocery store, we want a toy, the store, whatever, and we will give every ounce of effort. We will pass out if we have to, but we want that toy and we're going to cry for that toy. And we put so much energy into getting that toy. And a lot of the times we get that toy. But by the time we start going into our teens, we start to settle. We start to listen, child hears all these negative things over and over again, to really just start reflect on what's serving me and what's not serving me, to help people to build their confidence. I've had individuals who come in the door, they've sold 3 companies, successfully exited, and they've lost their confidence. They've lost connection to that confidence. We help them by tapping into their vision again. What does your vision look like over and over again? How do you expand it? How do you create it? How do you feel it in this moment that in time you just step into it because it's so familiar? And then remember our power, helping people remember their power. Rosalyn, I've had women and men both walk in one coaching session, defeated, lost everything in their business. Cancer, they've been going through it for over a year. Their marriage is on the rocks. The kids are not behaving. Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong. And in less than 2 hours, they walk out like Superman and Wonder Woman. How does that happen, right? When they remember their power, they remember that they have it in there, and also remembering that to elevate their energy, because we can't be in a place of receiving when we're defeated. The only thing that we're going to receive when we're defeated is more defeat. Would you agree?
Right. Wow. That is amazing. I can certainly see why you're such a success at what you do. And one other question, what do you wish people would ask you that you never get asked?
Well, I would say I never get asked, how are you? How are you? A lot of the time, it's about being unstoppable. How are you? Like, how's your heart? What makes your heart sing? I never get that question. If I was to be asked that question, I would be ecstatic and I would answer it this way. What makes my heart sing is to watch people succeed. That's what makes my heart sing. To know that children are going to live a better life, that parent, mother, teacher, preacher, whoever it is, are living their life of their dreams. And that ripples out into the universe. That makes this world a better place.
Wow. I love that. That is beautiful. So you doing all right today?
Thank you. As a matter of fact, I posted something on LinkedIn today about that, what really matters. And yes, thank you for asking.
Well, that is absolutely terrific. I'm going to ask one of Rosalind's favorite questions that's not on the piece of paper here. So are you ready? Get on your seatbelts.
All
Here
right.
we go. All right. If today was the ultimate last day of your life, and there's one message you wanted to leave the world that you haven't already told us, what would that message be?
I would have to leave it up to Rosalyn. That is a question only you would ask. hmm. Are you doing what's making your heart sing? That's what I would want to know.
There you go. Well, that is absolutely beautiful. It's been truly an honor and a privilege to interview with Rocio. I love your energy. I love your spunk. I love the ability that you have to take life's worst disasters and show them from a very young age that you're not going to listen to them. To be the person who wakes up every day and says, I don't need someone waking me up out of bed. I'm out there. I'm doing it. And I know that you are a truly powerful force on each and every person that you come in contact with. My name is Rosalyn Kahn. This is Community of Unity, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Namaste, and thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Rosalyn.